students first pitched this to me, we've never done a wrestling event before. And I was thinking, all right, well, you know, it's kind of polarizing to an extent. Some people really love it, and some people really don't like it. So with professional wrestling, so that gave me a little bit of pause. Say, okay, are we going to greenlight this event or are we not? Because we've never done a professional wrestling event before.
It's been a really crazy kind of whirlwind from the start. In pitches, I remember Andrew being like super excited when he pitched Ring of Redemption. And like I was one of the people that pitched something else, but when I heard the pitch for Ring of Redemption, I was like, trust that idea. We got to do this. It's just going to be so fun, and it's such a great opportunity to bring people into, you know, a church building that probably wouldn't usually go to a church building.
You know, it's what I've always wanted to do. It's been a dream to do that, and so just kind of like put on a wrestling show, have my own entrance, like it's just gonna be great. It's not what I hope, it's what I hope other people get out of tonight. I hope everyone who comes just has a fun night.
Hello everyone and welcome inside of Platt Arena. It's Preston Husband alongside Ross Gosnell. Tonight it's the IU Columbus Crimsons and the Huntington Foresters. It's another edition of the Ness Bros Hall of Fame Classic. This has been going on for years and years. It's one of the favorite events out of any athletic sporting event of mine, Ross, but also these fans, Preston Husband, Ross Gosnell. Didn't know we were going to be on camera. I would have stood up for the fans, but for now we'll stay seated. And this Huntington team, they got off to a fine start against East West just a few days back.
Yeah, they scored 130 points as a team. I mean, they were 4 points off the school record. So, and then Landon Beagle shooting 8 threes, and that's man oh man, because you're playing a good East-West team, and that Huntington's got to be ready to go tonight against IUC Crimsons.
So IUC, they're in their second game ever as a program. They're a young team led by Coach James Adams, and he's got a chance to do something special tonight against a really tough Forester team, 19th in the country. It's going to be a tall task for them. They got beat down by University of St. Francis, the Cougars, in the same conference as the Foresters. But anything can happen in sports, Ross, and they're looking to get back on track here in just their second game as a program tonight.
Yeah, Huntington's got to take care of the basketball if they're going to win, and they're going to have a great shooting night here tonight as well. But for IUC tonight, they got to take care of the basketball, have clean possessions, and they can't have so many turnovers like they did against St. Francis. They had 17 turnovers against the St. Francis Cougars at home against IUC. Well, St. Francis against IUC, so you got to take care of the basketball tonight if you're IUC.
HU knocked down 23 three-pointers. That was one short of tying the school record for threes in a game. You mentioned 130 points, just 4 short of tying the school record in points in one game. We don't expect them to shoot like that all the time, but a guy that really stepped up, 2 of them, in fact, 2 sophomores, Cade Brenner and Landon Beagle, both had career nights in the first game of the season. We saw Beagle right away in the first handful of possessions, knocking down 3 after 3. They combined for 15 of 22 behind the arc. That's going to be hard to replicate, but man, if they can do anything close to that throughout this season, this Forester team becomes a lot tougher.
Hey, we could see it tonight out of them too. Again, they just have to have it ready to go and just have to be perfect as they were against East-West, and that you have to have great scenarios to have a perfect game like you did against East-West if you're Huntington.
The Foresters have won more Ness Bros Classics more than they have lost, but last year they still kind of have a sour taste in their mouth as you see James Adams, their first-year coach here with the first-year program, IU Columbus. Standing right there, Landon Jordan and his father going to have a chat before the game as well. But the coaching staff thin, but they're still building a program, and this roster is built off of a ton of transfers, very few freshmen, but some transfers that we'll see on the court tonight come from right around this area, mostly from Indiana. That's Corey Alford, the Foresters head coach, his 5th season He has had an excellent run here in the Forester Green as he's wearing the green pullover here tonight. His record is 84-40 during his time with HU. We'll talk to him during halftime and after the game. Right now, we're going to take a break for prayer, national anthem, starting lineups. We'll be back, tell you who's starting for the Forester and the Crimsons on FDN Sports.
So Norm was someone that I hadn't really thought of before, if I'm being honest, but the moment that I was given the honor to wear him, I think that I realized the value that he brought to really our generation as a whole.
He came on a ship, was brought to Huntington, Indiana via a rail car.
Exuberant,
right downtown.
sweaty, and mysterious.
Someone playing Norm, you have to have a spotter kind of, because you can't see very well out of the mask. And so people can come up behind Norm and trip Norm without
Norm throw out the first pitch at a Tin Caps game, which I feel bad for the catcher because Norm he had rotator cuff
4
surgery
feet and 8
early in his
feet
career,
tall.
and so he doesn't always throw strikes.
Most of all, he has our hearts in his hands.
When he left, that's kind of when Norm kind of went into, the closet for a little bit. My name is Lori Culler, and my job here is I'm athletic director.
I'm Nate Perry. Title is the managing director of the Hopper Institute for Agricultural Studies.
I have played Norm for one single basketball game.
I've been Norm for one single event. Norm
Is a mascot for the Foresters. He was created in 1966.
We never really even talked about anybody playing Norm. It was Norm. Who's in Norm? It's Norm.
The first version of him was kind of a blonde guy that was swinging an axe.
In 1996, when I arrived on campus, I try to describe Norm as a little bit like Santa Claus. Big, jolly laugh, rose-colored cheeks.
In 2006, I believe it was, when we changed from Huntington College to Huntington University.
Norm got his flannel, his green flannel, got his very, very plush beard that he has now, got his wonderful toque to our Canadian friends, the stocking cap.
I would say the reason at this point that he's maybe not as visible as he has been in the past has to do more with a marketing campaign. Trees kind of fit better in that marketing scheme.
The one thing that everybody should know about Norm is he's just another guy just like you. Yeah, he wears his flannel and he has his very sharp axe, but he's just a normal person. So don't be afraid of Norm if you see him coming. Don't take your animals, your puppy dogs, and run. Norm likes animals. He's animal friendly.
And so it's not that Norm has gone away. He maybe just partly haven't had a lot of volunteerism in terms of people wanting to be Norm.
He's really just the Forester spirit, so as long as you have some of that in you, then I think you are worthy to wear the suit.
expect Norm at basketball games.
There's a little bit of Norm in all of us.
And he's actually tree friendly. Some people think that Norm is just going to cut down the trees.
We'd love to have, one or two, three people that would say, yeah, I would do it.
He's actually a forester. He may cut down trees to make ways for new trees in the future that will have a legacy, long-lasting legacy.
Norm will always come back.
Scene 3, take 4, A only, Mark.
3, 2, 1, take off!
Hi, my name's Grace. I'm Best Boy Grip on this short film.
I am wardrobe.
I am hair and makeup.
Props master. Set's been pretty good. I think we've definitely, over the past 3 days, we've definitely gotten better.
It's fun seeing everyone together and working hard, and it's really cool to see the professionals doing what they're doing.
It's been a lot of fun getting the shots, just kind of being creative and figuring out where to fit the boom in shots, and work around what camera's doing. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that though. It's been fun.
I'm in a department that I haven't been in before. I feel like it helps me get a more well-rounded experience.
I was on both feature films that we shot, and now this, and I finally feel like I know what I'm doing, and I'm just having a great time.
The students are doing a great job, getting in there, learning new things.
For several weeks, students have been working in pre-production and their various areas to then link up with mentors that come from all around the country as professionals and then mentor our students on set. And to watch our students rise up to the occasion, that's Capstone, that's the living classroom.
Overhill is a family inspiring, comedic type story.
These are characters that are compelling and exciting and full of heart.
Shield shall be splintered.
I haven't ever really done film acting before, and just getting to do this, getting the chance to do this was awesome, and I love doing it. Every second of it was just really fun.
I'm Lily, and I'm playing Bonnie. She's really fun. She's a new kid in town, and I've been that kid a lot of times, so it's easy to connect with her.
Tolkien.
It was a lot of fun being Seth, because Seth is kind of an idiot, and so it's just been a lot of fun to just sort of goof off.
No college necessary.
We got a lot of really good performances. I was tearing up just watching the dailies today, so I'm really excited about it. It seems like we're in a good place.
It felt very good. I feel very happy with what we got. The performances were just fantastic.
I definitely would say that this gave me a taste of what it would be like being able to work with pros.
It's been awesome to see the growth in just 2 days. I want to just keep learning as much as I can while it's easy to do, you know.
We're going to tell a good story here, and it's going to be very fun, very entertaining, and more importantly, hopefully inspire us to get into that feature film next year.
Just about ready for tip-off at the Nest Bros Hall of Fame Classic here in Huntington, Indiana, inside Platt Arena. The Foresters playing their second game, both here at home. It's Preston Husband, it's Ross Gosnell, and it's basketball season. This Foresters team got off to an awesome start. They're running the same starting five out there that we saw in the first game against East-West. It's Max Gizzy, the Marion transfer. He is such a good leader and good ball player. We saw him have one of his best games of his career last year as a visiting player. Well, this year, he's in the Forester Green. It's Drew Goodline. He was just named, actually, NAIA, I think it was honorable mention, all-name in the NAIA. It's a good name, and he knocks down a lot of three balls from deep. Roman Brouvier out of Liege, Belgium. He gets another start, perfect from the field in his first start with the Foresters this season. He'll also run out there, Landon Jordan. So one mix-up in the starting lineup is Landon was perfect from the field as well. And then the guard from Fort Wayne, Cherubusco, those two high school teammates, Jackson Paul, will start as well. It'll be Willie Reese, a junior from Missouri, getting the start for the visitors here tonight, wearing number 0. Deontay Cluster out of Wisconsin. They'll run out there DeMonte Thompson, Owen Law, and Gavin Dowling. As the Foresters are set, they're in their white uniforms. The visiting Crimson are in their black uniforms as we are ready to roll. Ross, I'm ready for this. I don't know about you.
I'm ready for it. It's the home tournament for the Foresters. It's the Nest Bros Classic, so it's a tradition every year that we get for Huntington University.
Huntington coming off an explosion offensively. They'll start with the basketball right away. Huntington's going to have a big size advantage in this game all night long, as Gizzy will run the point this evening. Very experienced veteran guard. Double comes to Goodline, able to take care of it. Jackson into the lane, looks for Drew Goodline. He likes that left wing three. Passed the ball so well with 8 assists in the first game. Gizzy carves in. He was grabbed on the arm. That's going to be the first of the night on the Crimsons. That's going to go on Deontay Cluster. He's coming off a nice game in his first experience with the Crimsons. Had 11 points against St. Francis. He's got an early foul in this one. Gizzy gets the handoff, sneaks through. Rouvier going to take a three and knock it down.
What a nice ball movement there for the Foresters to get Roman Bruin the three-pointer there for the Foresters to start off the night.
He only made 1 3 all of last year. He's already got 1 this year as a three's sent up on the other side. Offensive rebound pulled down, floater up and in. Nice little push shot there from Thompson.
Man, early scoring there between the two teams.
Huntington playing fast. Rouvier out to Gizzy. Cuts into the lane, finds Jackson Paul. The net is actually up right now. Usually they'll see the refs stop play for that. They won't at the moment. Gizzy's open from the corner. His first shot, too strong. Almost rebounded by Jordan. Pulled down on the weak side by Reese. Fast pace, that's what IU Columbus wants to do, and they've got 2 easy buckets, and they both have come from DeMonte Thompson.
I'd say that's what they want to do. It looks like IUC there wants to get some pressure.
They're pushing the pace. Thompson coming off only 2 points in his first game. He's already gone over his season average. Goodline's open. He likes that spot, and that's why.
Hey, he's that smooth left foot jump shot there for Drew Goodline.
So good from the wing spots. He prefers to catch and shoot from there. Drew had a great game in the first game of the season. 15 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. He can become a hot shooter when he gets a chance. Thompson's been hot tonight. This time he steps on the inline. The Foresters forced their first turnover of the evening. Well, Ross, the three-point shooting was the difference, obviously, against East-West. It's been the difference already here in the first 2 minutes. 2 long ones for the Foresters already, and their first 3 shots have all come behind the arc. Good line into the lane. Landon Jordan at the top of the key will reset. Drew, same spot. That one too strong. Jordan fights for it, and he's fouled on his way. Looks like Dowling may have got him, and that's what Landon Jordan can do against smaller teams. He's so athletic and 6'9", 220 pounds. He explodes through there and has a chance for a couple of freebies.
Yeah, that's what I like about Landon Jordan. He can get physical down below the paint, and he can make teams look good.
Jordan, not his strong suit at the charity stripe, as he does knock in that first one. He struggled a little bit from the stripe throughout his career. He was 0 for 2 in the first game against East-West. He was right around 47% last year. So this is the next step for Jordan to kind of take the next step as a player. If he can knock in these, he's going to have a lot of opportunities, and the first 2 are perfect.
Plenty of opportunities indeed when you go to the free throw line.
So 2 for 2. Jordan now up to 50% on the year. Only those 4 attempts. I'm sure we'll see him more there tonight. As the Crimson's back to work offensively, Roman nearly had a steal. Now got to backtrack as Jackson Paul shuts down Dowling. Looks for a teammate. He had a great game against St. Francis with some of those moves. Doesn't get the roll as Jackson Paul rips down the board.
What a nice spin move there from Gavin Dowling to make Roman Brewer think about it.
Good line, uses the screen from Brouvier. Drew into the lane. Gizzy doesn't always shoot it a lot. Jordan's open from 15 feet. Gets it over to Goodline on the far wing. Foresters playing a couple of bigs here. This might be what we see with the starting lineup until Lane Sparks is back in action. Goodline has that ripped away. Jackson gets it back. 1 on the shot clock. Off in time. In and out. Goodline kept it alive. Loose ball picked up, and now a foul on Jackson Paul as the strong Deontay Cluster got there first. Max Gizzy, we talked about his success in this building, had 26 points here against the Foresters last year, 19 in the game at Marion. Huntington gets a very experienced guard, a good defender. That one rolls in, and DeMonte Thompson's putting on a show.
Yeah, he's on the roll right now, having 6 points for IUC so far, so he's showing some good leadership for the program, for the Crimson.
Tough shot, too, that mid-range. Good line cut through the lane. We still see this extended press zone. Roman was open. It's a steal. Back the other way, Deontay Cluster. Slows it down, throws it over to Owen Wall, coming off 14 points. That's a steal. Huntington running. Jordan behind. We saw this a few times, but this time Drew will take it himself.
Drew Goodline took it coast to coast there to get the basket for the Foresters.
So Drew has his first 2. Coming off a career year last year. You look at the growth of him as a player. 32 games, 25 starts last year. 18 total games in the first 2 years. He's got another steal. Gizzy goes to the rim, and now Drew Goodline's doing it defensively. And Coach James Adams needs a timeout. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. But the Foresters did it on offense to start the year. Tonight, it's been the defense.
Yeah, defense plays a big factor when you play these type of games in those scenarios. So good job for the Foresters so far, keeping that fast pace going.
Huntington is a really, really good basketball team when they take care of the basketball, and they typically do that, Ross. Last year they had one of the lowest turnover rates in the entire country, and that's why their offensive efficiency is always top 10. But when you turn defense into offense and get easy looks, that efficiency skyrockets. And they turned over the opposing team 17 times, east-west, in the first game. Here tonight, that's back-to-back turnovers and easy layups.
Yeah, so the coast-to-coast stuff is pretty good to see from the Foresters, just to keep that fast offense efficiency going and keeping that high pace effort for the Foresters.
So a quick timeout. Huntington doubling up the Crimsons at the moment. It's 12-6 as IU Columbus back in possession. Just their second game ever as a program. Tough little 17-footer off the side of the rim from Cluster, the lefty shooter. Couldn't get it to drop. Now playing defense on Goodline. Gizzy finds JP in the corner. It's extended zone once again. Gizzy so good at getting to the rim, and Brewer's there to finish it.
What a nice cleanup there from Roman Brewer to slam down for the flush for the Foresters.
He's already got 5 points. He has yet to miss a shot this season. Dowling spins to his right this time. Clever post player. Another 3 launched by Cluster. That one missed everything. And Landon Beagle has his first rebound. He's in the game coming off a 28-point performance in his first action as a sophomore. Jackson denies the screen, now uses it with Roman. Fall away shot, he likes that shot, couldn't get it to go. Bruvier could not get the rebound, and Cluster clears. Left side, Law, gotta watch him. Great 3-point shooter, 4 of 9 from deep against the Cougars of St. Francis. Backdoor cut at the rim, just missed. And Bruvier may have tapped that off the rim, so we might have to come back and take a look at that one. Goodline likes this spot, as we've mentioned. That one too strong again. That's what Max Gizzy does, runs it down. Gizzy finds Goodline. Drew finds Roman, and he scores again, and the perfect start continues for Roman Bruvier.
That was a nice back pass there from Drew Goodline to get the point for the Foresters.
Back on offense, the Crimsons will go to work. Little fake shot, handoff, Cluster. He'll keep shooting from 3. He's missed the last 3 shots, and then Dowling pushed Bruvier, who was blocking out. And that is going to take us to our first media timeout. 16-6 here early. The Foresters in charge when we come back on FDN Sports.
Is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa's State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
An early 10-point advantage for the home Huntington Foresters. They're up 16-6. The 3-point shooting has been the story, but Roman Bruvier has been the main story offensively. He was maybe just part of a little controversy as well, as Coach James Adams thought that Roman maybe got to the ball on the rim a little too quick off a shot from DeMonte Thompson. You can see right here, Thompson is going to back cut, goes up. Bruvier did touch it, maybe when it was still touching the rim. So in European basketball and FIBA basketball, which Bruvier would be used to playing, Ross, you can actually touch the ball off the rim. So I don't know if Roman maybe thought he was back in Belgium at that moment, but he may have got away with it. No basket. It's 16-6. Great review by Jonathan Peters in the back. Katie Reyes producing for us tonight. It's a short-staffed crew, but we're going to bring you basketball all weekend here inside Platt Arena. Drew Goodline goes inside. Beagle's first 3. Can't get that hot start this time. A leak out the other way as Law pulls it down.
I said maybe Landon Beagle wanted that hot start there.
DeMonte Thompson getting instructions from first-year head man James Adams. Thompson has been the scorer here in this first half. Flips it inside. Dowling against Caden Johnson, 6'11", unable to get it over the top. Gizzy gets the loose ball. Huntington running with KJ. asking for a touch, and it wasn't tipped, it didn't look like.
It didn't look like a tip.
So the Foresters turn it over. It looks like that pass came just a little late. KJ had some open space in front of him. Caden, one of these other impact transfers, sat out last year, played for Goshen, was an all-freshman team player. Averaged double digits, nearly averaged double-digit rebounds as well. He had 11 in his first game with HU. Thompson, a little hezzy, goes out to the big man Dowling. He can do this a little bit, and that one's too strong. Somehow pulling down the rebound in between three Foresters is Owen Law, who goes with the left hand and scores.
That was a nice spin move there for Owen Law to get the point for the Crimson.
Three-time all-conference in high school. Played tennis at IU Southeast last year, so an interesting story. One of those sophomore shooters. Brenner misses everything. Falls right in the hands of Dowling. Huntington still doubling up as Law's looking for 5 straight, and he's got it.
That was a nice three-point shot there from Owen Law for the Crimson.
So the two sophomore shooters that were so hot against East-West last week have not started that way tonight. Just 2 shots, good line. The senior launches, too strong a few times tonight. Loose ball picked up. Here's the speed again. They slow it down with Law. Gizzy on the floor, wins it. Good line pushing the pace. And that's a foul by Thompson as he stopped the break. Since there are a couple of people in front of him, it won't be free throws for the Foresters. And really a smart foul there by, it was actually Thompson. Yep, it will be Thompson who picks up his first.
That was a smart foul there from Thompson for IUC to slow down a little bit of the Foresters' hot pace.
It's hard to run with HU because this is the speed they play at in practice, and this is the speed we've seen them play in the first 40 minutes of the first game, in the first 8 minutes, excuse me, of this second game. They want to keep the pace up. They're all in great shape. They're ready to play this year in front of the fully finished Platt Arena. Last year it wasn't completely renovated. The arena was, but not the whole athletic facility. Beagle off the dribble, finding someone. It's Jordan down low. JP has 8 on the shot clock. His defense pretty good by IU Columbus. Bouvier turns around, misses everything. Brenner's gonna have to force one up. Jackson knows he doesn't have time, and it misses everything for a shot clock violation.
Good possession, but just couldn't come up too late there with the shot clock violation for the Foresters.
Right now, the Crimson Pride are doing a nice job making things tough on the Foresters offensively. They're very active, far from the basket. They're bringing that high pressure, and it's creating some issues for HU on the offensive end at the moment. Brevier maybe could have been whistled for a foul. Goes back to guarding Dowling. Left side. Dribble in, good defense by Landon Beagle. He tapped it out as Law was waiting for another 3. Minutes right on the dot. First half of the Ness Brothers Hall of Fame Classic. It's been going on for a long time. Law's looking to keep the hot hand, and he's knocked down back-to-back deep ones.
Yeah, he's hot right now if you're Owen Law in the Crimson.
So when a game that on paper you'd think the Foresters should be way up, Beagle maybe trying to get his night going, short on that second one. He's 0 for 2. This is a close one here in the first half. Maybe turning some heads, or IU Columbus as Law's turning some heads with 3 straight.
Man, that was way down there from Owen Law.
17-16 right back at you come IU Columbus. Revere through the pressure. Jackson Paul nearly tied up, has to find Brenner. A couple of subs waiting at the scores table for the Foresters. Revere in the middle of this zone finds Jackson. Likes to shoot that 3 when he can catch and shoot. Couldn't get it to go. Dowling pulls it down. Here comes Owen Law. You got to keep an eye on him. Good defense by Jackson. We've gotten to know him to be one of the best defenders in this conference. Law was open. Landon Jordan has a leak out. He rises up and has his first dunk of the night.
Fast break jam there from Landon Jordan.
Don't usually see Landon put it on the floor, but when he's got no one in front of him, it's an exciting thing to see as he crams that one. Shooting 100% on the year is Landon Jordan at the moment. in his career. He's not much lower than that. He shot 70% nearly from the field in his 4 years. Dowling, good pass and getting lost on defense. There was Jordan as Law's got another.
That was a good backdoor cut there from Owen Law from that Dowling assist.
JP breaks the pressure. Landon Beagle hasn't been able to find the shooting yet. Here's an open Brenner, a blocking foul called late. It looks like Beagle drew that foul on Law, and that will be another media timeout. We're going to take a break with them. It's 19-18, Crimson on top of the Foresters.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
To me, Foresters Camps is cool.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in it as well.
And this is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school, you get to come here.
It's really informative on how college actually is, and that the community here is really great.
Minutes left in the first half. Saw a foul earlier on that play. They called a blocking foul on Owen Law as he was called for his first of the night. It's the 5th on the visitors. Landon Beagle, that shot wouldn't have counted either way, but he has not been able to knock down a long ball yet, and that's all he did in the first game, Ross, so we're hoping to see him get hot again. Right now he's subbed back out of the game. The Foresters going with Max Gizzi, Landon Jordan, Roman Bruvier, Jackson Paul, and Drew Goodline. Some experienced players out there now for HU as they'll try to get this game back in their control. Bruvier thought about the three, he's already made one tonight. Decides to pass it off. Now dribbles down the lane, finds an open Drew Goodline, who goes to Gizzi. Pounding defense still there. Goodline finds an open spot and hits the open shot.
What a nice ball movement there for the Foresters after that immediate timeout to get Drew Goodline there for the three-point basket.
Nothing easy coming right now against this Lions team who's doing a nice job. There's a backdoor cut, and it was thrown out of bounds, but it looks like Goodline maybe got his right fingertip on it, and it'll stick with the Lions. Columbus looking for an outlet. Jordan makes it tough to get it over the top. It is caught near the midway line by Winnell. Left side going back to work is Willie Reese. He started the game. He's back in after a few minutes on the bench. Winnell finds an open shooter from the right side. That one's left short and rebounded as Ben Silva couldn't get the long one to go. Drew Goodline pushes the pace. Gizzi was open in the corner, goes right to the hoop. Good defense by Silva. Gizzi finishes it the second time, plus the foul.
Nice strong contact there from Max Gizzi to finish off that basket there for the Foresters.
He'll have a chance for three. Didn't get it the first time. Got his own miss. Went right through the arms of the defender. Winnell picks up his first. And Gizzi has 4 points, a chance to make it 5. I don't think Max is going to be a big scorer for the Foresters necessarily, but he's a really good leader. He's smart. He played for Scott Hetty for 4 years at Marion, who now is at the University of Indianapolis, a D2 school. He took some of his players with him, so he comes here, and he is someone that's played a ton of basketball. He's played in the national tournament, won mostly every single non-conference game he's ever played in at Marion. So he knows when he needs to come up big for his team, and now we see the Foresters changing up their defensive look. Extended zone with Landon Jordan right in the middle of it. They're going to force this IU Columbus team to either keep shooting it or try to get inside. Open cluster, hasn't had the touch from deep and still doesn't with that miss. Gizzi back to work, tried driving through the chest of the defender. Silva, nice job holding his ground, rips it away. Winnell drops it off, 3 in transition off the side. Good line grabs the board.
Great rebounding so far for the Foresters.
A couple of open looks for this IU Columbus team. Not many of them falling yet as Jordan catches and jams.
That's a nice jam there for Landon Jordan for the Foresters.
He's got 2 dunks here tonight. Keeps getting a lot of easy looks right around the rim. IU Columbus team is doing a good job moving offensively. They are never standing still. You can see Cluster shot it a lot tonight. Takes a tough one, and then a late whistle called from the referee on the far side, and Bruvier is going to pick up his first, and it's going to be a couple of free throws for Cluster.
Little late hack there for Roman Brewer.
See, Roman tried staying straight out. I wonder if he called the foul before the second attempt there. Dowling's going to check back in here in a moment. So is Owen Law. Cluster will have some free throws. He's not been able to find the range from deep yet. He's really struggled to shoot it. Does knock down his first free throw. He's now 3 of 4 from the charity stripe on the year. Deontay from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. He's transferred from Madison College. 2-time first-team All-Conference in high school. Had a nice game against St. Francis. Not the most efficient shooter this evening, but did have 11 points, 3 boards, and 2 steals in 25 minutes. Promising piece for them. Low-scoring affair right now, 26-21. HU just not able to quite run away as it's another turnover. Cluster has a steal. Law, Cluster, back to Law, who's had the hot hand. Can't get that shot over JP. Thrown over to the right side in the hands of Nathan Pickett. Throws it inside. Law gets Jordan in the air. Had it stripped away. Loose ball picked up by Drew.
A little bit of fast-paced defense there for the Foresters.
Gizzy can't get the shot to go. Jackson Paul flies in, and then a foul going to come on IU Columbus there. That's going to be called on Willie Reese as he reached in, got the arm of JP, and now it's a 1-on-1 situation for the Foresters. Man, bodies all over the floor there. Gizzy thought he was fouled on the 3-point shot.
A lot of physicality there.
So Jackson Paul will get a chance to add on to the 5-point lead. It'll be a 1-on-1 scenario. Talk about the growth of this kid. 3 games as a freshman, then decided to take the rest of the year off as a redshirt. 32 games as a sophomore, 1 start. And then last year, he molded into a tremendous player. 32 games, 31 starts, 9.9 points per game. Most surprising thing, Ross, he wasn't known as a shooter really in high school at all. He comes in here, and now he's shot at 40.5% in his career, knocks down those 2 free throws.
I say Jackson Paul can bring in a huge key on defense. He's a great defensive defender, brings in the rebounds and pushes the ball momentum to get the Foresters offense going.
Thompson, who had the fast start, hands it off to his teammate Willie Reese. Inside, he was grabbed on the arm. That might go on Max Gizzy. And it will, so Gizzy picks up the personal. You can see Bruvier was the primary defender. Gizzy reached in, got the hand of Crimson player, Lions player, I should say. And Lions will go back to work right now with Thompson throwing it up top to Dowling. Law hit 3 3-pointers already, but Gizzy, who is one of the top defenders on this team, shuts him down that time. Thompson, tough fall-away jumper, and he's got everything working tonight.
He's got everything working indeed for the Lions.
He's knocked in another one. He's 2 for 4 from the field, make it 4 of 5, excuse me. So he knocks that one down. He had the hot start. Law took over for a while. Maybe it's Thompson's turn again. A lot of dribbling at the top of the key for the Foresters. Landon Beagle back in. Cluster thought it may have gone off the leg of Beagle, but it'll stay with the Foresters. Owen Law has 13. Thompson right behind him with 8. Both those guys have only missed 1 shot each. JP launches, can't get that to go. Good close out there by Reese. Back the other way comes Thompson. Law can't give him much space at all. They did. He launches again, and he knocks down his 4th triple of the night.
Man, he's on fire tonight for the Lions, keeping their offense going.
Caden Johnson back in. Landon Beagle, the sophomore, in there as well. Jackson Paul, the senior, out there with Max Gizzi, the grad student. Drew Goodline, a senior as well. He's got space, not really in rhythm, fired it up there. It's knocked out a play off of Landon Beagle. And the Foresters going to make another change as now Miles Good, the freshman from Lawrence North, is going to check in.
Man, it looked like a little touch off there.
Looks like it's the last media timeout here of the first half. We're going to go ahead and take a break with them. 28-26, IU Columbus hanging strong. Foresters right now struggling to get it going offensively. Landon Jordan has been the main point here right at the rim tonight. He's got 6 points, 2 dunks, 2 free throws, 3 rebounds to go along with those 6 tallied points. HU only up 2 though. IU Columbus, they're beat by a wide margin against University of St. Francis up in Fort Wayne, a Crossroads League team just a few nights ago. But tonight, they've changed the approach, and their defense is causing HU a lot of issues on offense.
Oh, yeah. IUC, after the big loss to St. Francis, 104-61, I mean, they play a lot better now against Huntington, which Huntington's been struggling so far.
Foresters back on the defensive side. A chance for IU Columbus to take the lead or tie it. Dowling against a much taller KJ, spun away, nearly fell down. Now the ball in the hands of Willie Reese, being hounded on defense, 9 on the shot clock. Dowling against KJ, good defense again by the big fella. Fall away, tough shot, no good. Beagle with the rebound.
Nice closeout there from Caden Johnson to make Dowling miss that jump shot.
6'11", his wingspan's probably longer than that. Big kid from Michigan. Another turnover for HU. Here's Law, has it stripped away by Beagle, who established himself back in play. Gizzi able to break it. Drew Goodline down the lane. He's had a hot hand. Another turnover now for the Foresters. Uncharacteristic of this HU team right now, playing some sloppy basketball.
Right now, HU's got 7 turnovers in the first half.
Tough J from Thompson. That time he missed everything. Been knocking down those shots routinely here this evening. Line handles the pressure. Thompson playing some solid defense. Max Gizzi gonna set up the next play. Max denies the screen, gets into the painted area. Goodline puts it on the floor, up in the air. Gizzi open again. He finally gets a 3 ball to go.
That's a nice ball movement there from Drew Goodline to Max Gizzi with that 3-point jumper.
Talked about Goodline being the leading assister in that first game. He had 8 tonight. He's got 2 to go along with his 8 points. And now Gizzi tied for the team lead with 8 as well, as Law's wide open again.
Man, Owen Law's on the roll tonight for the Lions.
16, make it 18 points now after that easy 2. 31-28, approaching the halftime break. Max Gizzi. Again, this time had it ripped away, able to get it back. Beagle couldn't catch it. Cluster tries to run away, and Landon takes his legs out for a foul. That's the 4th on HU, and right now, 8 turnovers for HU. They only averaged around 9 per game last season.
I'd say they're playing sloppy basketball right now for HU, but if you're HU right now, you gotta clean things up and make some halftime adjustments.
IU Columbus playing with a lot of confidence. Their bench in this game right now, their coaching staff feels good about their plan so far, and they should, because they're hanging with the top 20 team in the country at the moment. Willie Reese has been slow offensively, does get into the lane. Jordan there to recover. Drew Goodline kept it in. The Foresters have numbers. Miles Good pushes it ahead. Still back behind the play, Reese. Brenner wide open from 3, can't get it to go. Landon out-rebounds everyone. Miles Good tries to stick it back and missed an easy one.
I said Landon Jordan had a nice handoff there, but Miles Good's got to be ready to go there.
Willie Reese having a little bit of an ankle injury at the moment. He's still leaning over back behind the play. Another 3 miss. Landon Jordan fighting, gets on the floor, wins the loose ball, finds Max Gizzi. Foresters again with numbers. Max through the lane, adjust in midair, missed another short one, gets it back, and that's the second time he's finished on his own miss.
Man, what a nice contact there from Max Gizzi. Keep fighting after that play.
So it looks like it's going to be a timeout. I think the Lions forced to take one there as Willie Reese is still kind of bent over. We'll take this time to, actually we're just going to stay here with just 1:22 left in the first half. You see on this drive here, Reese against Gizzi, you can see maybe just, not sure where it happened, but came down tough on that left ankle, it looks like. So we'll see if he's able to return or not. There's 1:22 in this first half. Beth Harrell, the reigning Crossroads League Trainer of the Year, we'll have a look at him. So hopefully for Reese, he's able to get back in here. And right now, this game's kind of all over the place, Ross.
I have to agree on that with you, Preston. It's been all over the place. The physicality's been all over the place. But the Foresters right now have to clean up the turnover margin.
Just hasn't been a real crisp game by either side so far. Definitely not the HU team we saw put up 130 in the last game. But you learn from games like these, and we'll see if they learn after the halftime break what Coach Corey Alford wants them to do. That's off the chest of Cluster. As he loses it, HU's got the ball right back. They do have a chance to extend this lead a little bit. Right now at 5, if they could stretch it out to 8, maybe 10, you feel a lot better going into that halftime break. So all credit to the visitors tonight. They're making everything tough. I mean, their defense, they're applying that pressure. The guards for HU haven't necessarily handled it real well. HU got off to that fast start shooting it, but it's not been the same story here in the second part of this first half. Jackson Paul and Max Gizzi, two guys who've played in the Crossroads League for a long time, break the press. Drew Goodline was open from the top of the key, drives through, goes to the left hand. He was blocked by Dowling, and now up ahead, Owen Law. He goes to the rim, instead passes it off, gets it right back, and he's got 20 points already in this first half. 20 of the 30 for IU Columbus.
Man, Owen Law's been on a tear right now, having that great momentum.
So a timeout for Coach Corey Alford to draw up his final play of the half. It looks like it's just another 30, so we're going to keep it here. We talked about this in the last broadcast against East-West. Huntington was up big in that game right before the half. They called a timeout, drew up a play, and got a bucket. It wasn't maybe the design play. It was a loose ball that Brevier picked up and found an open Cade Brenner. But these are so important to pick out what play you want to draw up right now, because it might come up clutch in a game against a conference foe here in a few weeks.
I said it's very important indeed, having your right people out there on the court that have the right situations to have those great scenarios happen.
41.3. If HU wants to go quick, they could get a second shot. I don't know if that's part of Coach Alford's idea. But we'll see if HU goes quick or if they just want to get one really good look. Max Gizzi will trigger it right in front of us. Trying to go quick to Landon Jordan on the lob. Drew's open. He does fire it quick, and it's a good response from HU right out of the timeout.
That's what they needed there, that great response there to get the three-point basket.
Goodline now up to 11. He's leading the team. He's knocked in a couple of long balls. That's his third of the night, 3 of 7. Cluster keeps firing, still missing on the 3-ball. It has not been his night. 0 for 6 now from the field. One last chance for HU to put an exclamation mark on the top of this first half. Gizzi with 5. Max goes to the rim, fires a 10-footer, plays off 2 feet, gets 2 points, and the Foresters do take a lead to the half. Not the prettiest of first halves, but they're up 8. And that will take us to a break ourselves. HU got off to a sloppy start. They come back, they get a bucket from their leader, Max Gizzi, and Roman Brevier with the big half. Foresters spread it out. Landon Jordan, a couple of high-flying plays. And we're going to take a short break with the players. We'll be back for the second half between IUC and the Huntington Foresters.
basketball, contestant will have 30 seconds to make 3 shots, a free throw, a three-pointer, and a half-court shot. Nail the free throw, and you win a toothbrush kit. Keep that smile. Hit the three-pointer, and you score a toothbrush kit and a lab dental.
When you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean, efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Feature filmmaking is going to be able to help us students make student films better, stronger. We have to keep our responsibility and be respectful to everyone, no matter what we're doing, where it's still there on student films, but it's really pushed on these features because you have to be responsible, and if something's not done, that falls back on you. And I think that's really showing people whether or not they can handle this industry or not.
I spend a lot of time observing everything around me and taking in what it looks like for a professional to be doing something in their field, which, you know, none of us have ever experienced to have not been on one of these. Like, we've only ever experienced amateur student film level.
I'd really like to see that a lot of sophomores and juniors that were on the capstone film really take what they learned and apply that to their films.
Just having industry professionals kind of being there, guiding you, but also expecting quality work out of you. I think it's a good pressure to have on you.
My name is Lance Clark, and I directed the film Overhill Manor. You know, I wish that everyone could just come on set and just see how this capstone film program works. I mean, for several weeks, students have been working in pre-production in their various areas to then link up with mentors that come from all around the country as professionals and then mentor our students on set, and to watch our students rise up to the occasion where they're first, seconds, and thirds in all the different departments. That's capstone. That's the living classroom, you know? And I'll tell you what, that doesn't just happen. This is something that has taken, you know, years and years of process planning, dreaming, praying, and then organizing, and then just trusting God to like pull it all together. It's enriched our program. You can see it cascade down from our mentors to our capstone seniors, to our seniors, to our juniors, to our juniors, to our sophomores, and even the sophomores to the freshman films now are like crewing up with crews of like 10, right? I was on some freshman films. I'm like, they have departments it's crazy. And it's crazy in a good way though, because everybody's challenging each other to do better and to hone in on the craft and to start thinking about it as art and not just as play and not just as like a student project, but it's art. And they want their stories to mean something. And capstone film is very, very special. It's like nothing else I've ever seen anywhere else in the country.
All right, there's no better way to put this. We're opening a speakeasy here on Wright Hall, except it's not really a speakeasy because nothing's alcoholic. We're just a bunch of guys making drinks.
So the story behind it is I was looking for like information about Wright Hall, like when it was built, and so I looked it up on the website, and I found that Wright Hall did a thing called the Dry Gentleman, which was just like a non-alcoholic bar or whatever.
And I thought that was a really interesting concept, so originally I started trying to think of a few mixing ideas, something we could just run in a room.
It's almost like an event kind of thing for us to just get other people to know each other and like kind of build that community that HU has.
The first time we tried it, we had, I want to say about 6 people, and we just grabbed a bunch of random drinks and stuff that we had lying around, mainly juice and Gatorade based. And we just started trying to come up with a few things. And we came up with like 1 or 2, I think, fairly solid options, but it didn't really work well. And then me and Solomon tried doing it on our own another weekend, and we came up with like 8 or 9 in one night. So kind of our process has evolved from like a huge group community thing to a few people just coming in whenever they want, taking a few things out of the fridge, just trying something.
I think the Dry Gentleman will impact the community by just bringing new faces around. Like just everyone on campus can come get drinks because it's during open hours too. And I know a lot of people have put a lot of work into the drinks, like coming up with recipes and stuff, and we're excited to start it up.
Yeah, I hope it will give a little bit of leadership and responsibility to me and all the other people involved, and it'll be a good way to meet and greet with new people and make new friends.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Carson.
Okay, now I'm gonna make myself a drink.
Hello, my name is Z, and you'll never believe it. It's spelled Z. I first got into Beyblades in elementary school. It was super cool seeing these spinning tops with cool avatars battling each other. It was just so fun. The limitless possibilities with Beyblades could lead to limitless possibilities with videos. And eventually I settled on doing a live action YouTube series. The Beyblade Burst First Generation! Luminar! So I've just come to naturally accept that I'm just a big weirdo, and I don't see that as a fear, I see that as growth. You should not be afraid to be yourself. So the Beyblade Club is an unofficial club I started here at Huntington with some friends. The Beyblade Club's just us meeting together to play Beyblades and have some fun. And one last thing I have to say is, don't forget to prove it to them all. Prove without a doubt. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Cause it's the Beyblade Burst First Generation.
Welcome back to Platt Arena. Halftime just about over here. 5:40 left on the clock. Preston Husband, Ross Gosnell. Well, Ross, it wasn't the most crisp first half for the Foresters, but they have an 8-point lead, and really at the end of the day, that's what matters. But what needs to change for Huntington to get back into that same rhythm that we saw on night 1 of the season?
I'll give you 3 words here, Preston.
Let's hear it.
Take care of the basketball.
That is a good point. They do have to be a lot better at that, because in that first half, turnovers were the main reason that IU Columbus kind of snuck around, and snuck ahead at one point. They stuck around in that first half because of Owen Law as well. He had 20. Devontae Thompson had the hot start, but man, Law took over during that second half of the first half. He was lights out, knocking down the 3 balls, 8 of 9 from the field, 4 of 5 from deep. And on the other side for HU, it was a balanced attack, but it wasn't the prettiest offense we've seen out of this Forester team. 12 points from Max Gizzy, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Drew Goodline added 11 points. He knocked down 3 three-pointers. Roman Ruvieri missed his first shot of the season, so he's not going to go perfect all year long. He had 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Landon Jordan had 6 and 6. Jackson Paul 2 of 2, didn't make a field goal in that first half. The team stats, if you look at them, the field goal percentage kind of low for both sides. 41% for HU, 43% for IUPUC. And then on the other side, 4 of 13 from deep for the visitors, 5 of 18 for HU. So they didn't keep that hot start from deep that we saw right out of the gate. They knocked down 2 of their first 3 shots. It kind of changed after that start, Ross.
Yeah, I mean, the fast break transition that the Foresters had in the first half, that was pretty good, but like I said earlier, Preston, they just got to take care of the basketball and stop number 21,
yep,
Owen Law. He's been lights out.
That's got to be what the chat was about in halftime because, like you said, he's been on fire. He only missed that 1 shot. This is a kid that last year was playing tennis at one of the other IU branch schools. This year he's playing basketball at IU Columbus, and let me tell you, he's really, really talented. He's finding himself into open spots on the court, working around his big guy Dowling, who's handed it off to him a few times, and it's led to some open shots. He's also back cut, though, and has gotten some easy shots at the rim as well.
I say, Gavin Dowling, he can make people miss their defenders on defense. I mean, Dowling's pretty good. Owen Law there, I mean, what a great transition, though, from being tennis at a different university to being the lights-out shooter here playing basketball at IUC.
And Coach Adams feels good about his team's start. I mean, yes, they're down 8, but, man, they were beat by a large amount against St. Francis, and tonight they're right in the thick of things. They could definitely still win this basketball game, Ross, and that's what they're thinking.
I say if you're Coach James Adams and the IUC Lions, is basically make HU work hard in the second half.
Yep, they did that in the first half, especially on the offensive end. Huntington just couldn't quite find that flow that we're used to seeing from a Coach Corey Alford team, but there's 20 more minutes to play, and let me tell you this, they will have to play better than this tomorrow because they're facing a really good Milligan team in the second game of their classic here in Huntington, Indiana.
Let's say Huntington's got to take care of the better basketball possessions. In the first half alone, Huntington has 8 turnovers, but I hope they have clean up the basketball, clean up the turnovers, if they're going to play good against Milligan tomorrow.
Yep, they're going to have to stay crisp, and they're going to have to take care of the ball a lot better than they did in that first half. We talked about turnovers have never really been an issue for Coach Alford's team. Well, tonight it was, and that's the reason that the visitors are hanging around. Just about 1:40 until we're back for the second half. We like to do this each time we're on the air, Ross. Preston Husband, Ross Gosnell here. We want to give this time to you, a chance to you to give us a shout out. Well, I guess we'll give you a shout out if you let us know where you're watching from and who you're watching. Even if you're watching the visitors here tonight, we'd love to hear who's tuning in, what you have to think about the game, think about the broadcast. We always like to hear your thoughts to make things better. And it looks like we'll have Coach Corey Alford come over for an interview after the game. 1 minute left until the halftime break is over. And for him, it couldn't have been a real pleasant chat with his team in that halftime locker room.
It wasn't pleasant indeed. So hopefully Coach Corey Alford and the Huntington Foresters clean up the turnovers to start the second half here of basketball.
Just about to start that second half. There will be another game after this one tonight. It's Cleary out of Michigan taking on Milligan out of Tennessee. We will not be broadcasting that one, but maybe some fans will stick around and see what the Foresters will have in front of them tomorrow.
Yep, the Foresters have to watch and scout Milligan to see what they can bring to the table tomorrow.
Just about set for the second half. Foresters looking to get back on track. Up and down first half. It looked like they were going to run away with it for a while there, Ross, but that wasn't the story. So we'll see if they're ready to go tonight. And we're ready to go for the second half. Thompson, who had that hot start on offense, will get the offense going. Dowling to Thompson. That looks like a lot like the first half. He missed an easy one as Jordan maybe forced that miss. Goodline goes coast to coast, had it ripped away, and it's going to stick with the Foresters.
Nice pace going there for the Foresters to start the second half.
They were running back quickly. And now about to set up on offense are the Foresters as they go to Brewer. Jordan goes around the defender. He's fouled on his way there. It's a blocking call. And HU will have 2 free throws. Jordan 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight. He's got 2 more chances coming. HU loves to run that type of action right after the break. So you saw there, Willie Reese got underneath of Jordan, who was rising up to think about sticking another one down for a dunk. Couple of IU Columbus players having a chat with the ref, making sure they're on the same page as Jordan prepares for his 3rd free throw of the night. Up and in. I'm telling you, these have all looked perfect tonight. And that's a good sign because he's going to have a lot of opportunities to go to the free throw line and make free throws. And if he can do that, it's going to be a big year for LJ.
Always will be.
Landon misses that one. Bruvier goes over the back, and he's going to be whistled for it as Dowley, only at 6'6", was blocking out the 6'9" Bruvier, and he got the foul called on the Forester player.
Over the back, number 11, Roman Perez.
So Jordan knocked in 1 of 2. He's got 7 points, trying to be the next in double digits. The Foresters have 2 in double digits. Gizzy has 12. Drew Goodline has 11. Reese, long ways from the basket with Landon Jordan guarding him. Moving his feet well is Landon. Still on Reese, forcing him to shoot it over the top. Thompson goes to Dowling. Looking for the hot hand, and the shooter on the left side couldn't get there. Reese gonna have to force something. Cluster hasn't made a shot from the field. Jordan blocks it. Now he's up ahead. Landon rises, missed the dunk. Loose ball on the floor. Jackson Paul picks it up.
Not very often Landon Jordan misses a dunk.
Foul called. Thompson reaching in from behind as Drew Goodline still down on the floor. Rarely see Landon miss easy opportunities. He did right there, though. And then Drew driving hard. Got bumped by Thompson, and HU will have another out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket. Jackson right around the volleyball line, swings it over to Goodline. He's open, takes a rhythm dribble, and knocks down his 4th 3 of the night.
Drew Goodline's on a rhythm right now with 4 threes.
Drew now the leading scorer. He's up to 14. He had 15 in the first game of the year. He's trying to get back there. Dowling, nice pass for a moment, but Gizzy recovered well. The Foresters running with Landon rising. This time not a dunk, but it still counts for 2.
Yeah, nice fast pace going for the Foresters to start the second half.
And Drew Goodline comes right back with a tough bucket and a free throw coming afterwards. Kind of caught us by surprise. Goodline took away the inbounds play, went right into Thompson, scored over the top, and he's fired up as that's going to force a timeout from James Adams. It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take it with him. Drew Goodline taking over inside of Platt Arena.
To me, Forester Camps is definitely a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Telling.
Something that everybody can find something that interests them.
A space to learn new things in a safe environment.
To me, Forester Camps is getting to be a home away from home, I guess. You learn a lot here and you learn it well.
I plan on being an author once I'm done with college, so this seemed like a really fun opportunity for me.
It was just glad to meet new people in general and just kind of enjoy the workshop and just take away what I can from it and make myself a better writer.
That whole thing about how to write for musicals, I'd never even thought of that before, but that was awesome.
Forrester's getting some serious production right now by Drew Goodline, the senior that has had to work for every minute in his career. Was not really a player that got much opportunity in his first few seasons here. Over the last 2 years, though, he's been a starter. And let me tell you, he's starting to pick it up because he had 15 in the opener. He's got 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists tonight. And he's got a chance for 6 straight now with this free throw coming.
Yeah, Drew Goodline's on the rhythm right now.
Goodline's first free throw of the night is up and in. He's got 6 straight. Playing with a lot of confidence right now as the Foresters up 17. This is what Coach Alford wanted to see out of the halftime break. Reese with Thompson. Goodline again causing some issues for this offense. Thompson inside finds Cluster on the left corner. Dowling was open for a moment, now tries spinning towards Jordan. Landon forced a tough shot. HU running again. 2 bigs running up top. Landon catches at the summit.
What a pass there from Roman Brewer to Landon Jordan with that slam there for Landon Jordan.
Bruvier is showing that European big man flair. He's got the ability to put it on the floor and obviously pass as well, as it was big to big for a jam. It's the biggest lead of the night as now Max Skizzy gets a loose ball. We might have some more fireworks as Jackson goes down. This time he'll just lay it in by himself, and it's a 21-point lead. Massive run here for HU, 13 straight out of the halftime break.
I say that's what HU needed to fire up the second half after sloppy first half.
Foresters really clicking right now, and it's a lot of easy shots right at the rim. Thompson tries getting there. Bruvier takes it down. HU's got numbers again with Gizzy pushing the pace. Drew through the lane. Open Jackson Paul from the corner. Left it short. Rebound pulled down by Owen Law. Bruvier, nice job slowing down the break. Gizzy showing his defensive prowess now, and it's a jump ball. And I believe it's going to be Forrester's basketball, and the arrow is pointing their way.
Man, the Forrester defense is coming alive here in the second half.
So Max Gizzy, he played amazing defense on guys like Lane Sparks and Zach Goodline last year at Marion. He shut them down. He shut 2 of the best scorers in the country down. Zach Goodline, an All-American, and I think Zach would admit that he had a tough day against him as Gizzy drops a defender this time. Jackson was open for a moment, has to reset. But Zach also had his fair share of buckets against most of the conference, and Gizzy as well. Bruvier inside, right over the top of Dueling for another 2.
Let's say that was a nice dump off from Jackson Paul to Roman Bruvier.
And now it's a sloppy turnover, and things are getting away from IU Columbus at the moment. Now that's just showing you, though, that's what Max Skizzy can do. He can really heat up the basketball when he's the main defender. As you see Dylan Herring, Grant Simmons, one of the baseball players, dodging out of the way. The big screen monitor took a spill, but it looks to be okay. We're waiting to see what this stoppage is. Looks like the scoreboard maybe got knocked out of rhythm as well. Once again, just want to let you guys know you can always get on to the YouTube app or website and type in where you're watching from tonight. Love to give you a shout out. Big Forester fans, I'm sure, are watching all over the country tonight, watching this team pull away in the second half. Max Gizzy, a big part of that. Missed that one. Good rebound in the middle by Dowling. Quick cut to the rim and a quick score once again right there to put it down. He's having the hot hand tonight. It's Owen Law.
Nice dump off there from IUC to Owen Law.
Jackson Paul gets through a couple of defenders. Drew Goodline had that hot stretch to start this second half. He's looking to keep it going. That one off the front of the rim. Bruvier sticks it back, doesn't get it to go. And now a foul called inside on the away team. We'll wait to see who it goes on. It's going to be a personal on number 10, Thompson.
That's his 4th.
It's his 4th, as you mentioned. Coach Adams has been told that as well, and that is not the man you want to lose right now, because he's been arguably one of their best players. have to make a change after the next break. Jackson Paul open again from 3. That one does not go down. His shot has not been clicking quite yet tonight. Cluster, 17-footer over the top of KJ. Can't get it to go. Dowling creates a foul. As HU, they have given up quite a few offensive boards, and quickly that's going to force a change as Landon Beagle couldn't grab that defensive rebound. Cade Brenner comes right in for him. Cluster goes to Law. Gizzy once again on him. Law gets through, passes it over to Lorenzo Hopkins. He's in to replace Thompson with those 4 fouls. Late shot clock scenario. It's tapped out. 9 on the shot clock for IUC.
What I liked about the Foresters so far, they have created so many turnovers off of IUC.
Continuing to play really solid defense here in the second half are the Foresters. Cluster yet to find a field goal. He's going to try again. In and out. Nothing going his way at the moment. Gizzy up ahead. Nice catch by KJ. Can't finish at the rim. Sticks it back. 2 misses. Misses 3 straight. And now it's pulled down and thrown almost in the front row. Looks like we're watching a YMCA game at the moment as Jackson Paul dribbles in. He's fouled on his way there. Foul on Hopkins, and Jackson Paul is going to slow it down a bit. So is Coach Corey Alford, because we are at our first media timeout. We're going to take a break with them. We need one after that stretch, 53-32 when we come back.
I have a motorcycle, a Nighthawk 750. My dad always had a motorcycle. Like, when I was born, I'm pretty sure he had one. He was a motorcycle cop for a while, actually, for a good amount of his career. So I've basically just grown up with motorcycles all my life. Had to go so I could get my motorcycle endorsement and soon to be my license. I was scared of falling, especially for some of those sharper turns, like U-turns especially, is they expect you to go like feet are almost touching the ground with how far you're tilting. As long as I was able to get back onto that bike and just keep going, that's really what made me like less afraid, made me less scared, because that's something that my dad always said is you get right back on the bike even if you fall. I'm just happy I did it overall. I'm Dylan Rollator, and I'm the next Rollator to ride.
14:45 left in this game. Huntington in front by 21. This is the most they've led by this evening. And they have a chance to add on to that as Jackson Paul's going to shoot 2 free throws. Free throws were maybe the only negative in the first game of the year. Tonight, they have not been a negative. Ross, 7 of 8 from the charity stripe, and Jackson Paul will have a chance to add on to that total with 2 more coming his way. Jackson has worked hard to find minutes throughout his career for the Foresters. He's also worked hard on his jump shot and his free throws, and has become a pretty reliable jump shot shooter. And when he gets a chance to take a couple of freebies, shoots right around 78% last season. Once again, broadcaster Jinx is alive and well.
Man, Preston, the second free throw has been missing for some of the players here for the Foresters in the second half.
Did it to Landon Jordan earlier as well. Dowling hands it off Hopkins. Dowling, the big fella, back to work. Gizzy again, he's got a handful of steals here now. He goes right to the rim and gets the roll, and Max is having an excellent second half.
I say Max Gizzy is having a great game so far. Pushing, creating turnovers, getting that fast break scoring there.
Inside, Brenner was beat. Shot missed at the rim by Hopkins. Jackson Paul clears. Foresters keeping the pace. Jackson this time goes into the contact, somehow doesn't get the roll. Hopkins to Law. He banks it in over the top of Brenner.
Oh, wow, that's a nice bank shot there from Owen Law.
Law can do no wrong at the moment. 9 of 10 from the field, 4 of 5 from deep. Nearly a turnover. It is a turnover now. Handed off, and Cluster still can't buy a field goal, but he'll have a chance for a couple of free throws. Cluster is 0 of 9 from the field. He's got the athletic build. It looks like he has a nice jump shot, but nothing's falling for him here tonight. Wouldn't be surprised to see him break out in the near future in a game, maybe even tomorrow when they take on Cleary out of Michigan. Cluster, the nice rotation, drops in the first free throw. Landon Jordan back in. Max Gizzy gets a nice applause. Big reason why the Foresters have grabbed a 20-point lead now is because the guy heading to the bench. That being Max Gizzy, doing it on defense and offense. Cluster knocks them both down. He's got 4 points, all from the free throw line. Nice crowd here tonight, Ross. Forester faithful always show up for this event. Tomorrow they'll talk about a couple of people going into the Hall of Fame, as KJ has an easy two. That time he didn't mess around and put that one over the top of the rim and down for a bucket. Good hands there defensively now too.
Quick mistake that he learned there.
Backdoor cut, Hopkins blocked by Jordan. Drew Goodline quickly down the court. He'll take it himself. Can't get it to go. Brenner picks up the loose ball. Gaden Johnson finds Gade Brenner, and now Jackson Paul works. Off the dribble through a few defenders. He's fouled on the backside by Cluster, and Jackson Paul just shot a couple of free throws. He's going to shoot 2 more.
What I like about Jackson Paul, he drives in the ball and causes fouls.
Looks like he got hit maybe on the side of the head there, so Jackson will have a few more. Just 1 of 7 from the field is Jackson. He's done most of his scoring from right here, so he knocks down the first. He's 4 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. We'll have 1 more coming. HU trying to stretch this lead, maybe get some of those freshmen in the game. We haven't seen Taden Metzger tonight. It's been a fairly firm rotation as Jackson misses the second of the 2 once again. Brenner kept it in, bounced off of us almost. KJ picks up the loose ball and open Jackson Paul trying to find the touch. Still nothing happening. 1 of 8 now from the field. Backdoor cut, Cluster tried getting his first field goal. Jackson Paul went straight up and fouled him, and Cluster is starting to make some work at the charity stripe.
Number 24, Jackson Paul.
You can see Jackson tried to stay straight up, but still got into the body of Cluster, and that's what puts him at the line for these 2 coming up. Cluster, the lefty, knocks down the first. He's got 5 points, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 0 of 9 from the field, 0 of 5 from deep. Interesting stat line here tonight, Ross. So he has grabbed 5 rebounds and added an assist as well. Cluster takes a few dribbles, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, and now HU back up only 20, but they seem to be in a little better control at the moment.
A little bit control of the basketball of this for the second half there for HU.
Brenner trying to no-look pass, threw it right to the defense. Him and Beagle, not their best nights here tonight. Backdoor cut, Wall, good cut, just didn't get the finish. Now Gizzy running. Landon Jordan pushing the pace as well. Gizzy goes right to the rim, wide open for a deuce.
Nice tempo there from Max Gizzy for the Foresters.
Gizzy, just the 2 games with HU. This is his best out of the 2, as he's got double digits. Another block. Cluster gets Jordan in the air and finally sticks in his first field goal.
Maybe Landon Jordan let Luster get that 2 points there.
Now 1 of 10 from the field is Cluster, as he does get that one to go. Nice pump fake to get Jordan in the air. Brenner looking for Beagle in the middle. He falls away from 10 feet, in and out. Sophomores just haven't been able to find that same rhythm that they had against East-West tonight. Cluster finds a big man inside. Doling puts it right in, and that cuts it to 18. A couple of easy looks for IUC on the last 2 possessions. Brenner corner, breaks it with Gizzy. And now Max finds Beagle, inside KJ, finds Landon, who goes right down the lane to jam it with two hands.
Two dynamites there with KJ and Landon Jordan with the flush.
We were told we might see this lineup a little bit. Two bigs, Revere and Jordan started. And when you got bigs that can pass it, it makes the job a lot easier for the other one to get into the open space. Good rebound by KJ. Up top, Landon catches. Much smaller defender. Missed the first one, but put it right back as he's got back-to-back buckets.
Always has to clean up the mess for Landon Jordan.
Cluster finds a cutter inside. Good defense by Landon Beagle, cutting off Ben Silva. Silva goes right back, kicks it to the corner. Three on the way. Winnell is fouled. Gizzy's going to be called for the personal. Winnell's going to shoot 3 free throws on this one.
We've got a forced personal foul on number 2, Max Gizzy.
Max Gizzy picks up his second. Take a good look here. Looks like he got the hand of the shooting hand, the right hand of Winnell, who now has a chance to add his name to the stat sheet tonight. That's his first point as he knocks down his first free throw tonight. He's got 2 more coming. Winnell out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Played for IUPUI, played for Earlham. First team All-State at Taylor, which is a high school here in Indiana, if you didn't know, not talking about the college. 3-time first team All-Conference, 3-time first team All-Area. Played tennis in high school as well, as he's knocked down his first 2 points of the night. So talented basketball player. We haven't seen him a lot tonight, but definitely has the capability to put the ball in the hoop.
As actually, Bobby Warnell's dad is the head boys basketball coach at Taylor High School, which is Robert Warnell.
There you go. Ross Gosnell bringing the trivia today. That should have been a trivia question for us. I didn't even know that. You must have learned that during your time at the Action Sports Network. Is that correct?
I actually had nice conversations with his dad. So.
Gotcha. Appreciate that input, Ross. So Winnell, coach's son, they usually know what they're doing on the basketball court. Revere knows what he's doing, tries to get to the rim, left it short. Rare miss for Rome as IUC gets back and running. That one goes through the hands of freshly into the game, Seth Trimble. Gizzy slows it down, breaks the press. Goodline was open for a moment, decided to put it on the floor. 20 on the shot clock. HU still up 19. Landon through the lane, finds the cutter, Brevier, who puts him on a poster.
Nice posterizer there from Roman Brevier.
Right on the top of Trimble, who stands at 6'7". There's that big-to-big look again, and it's looking pretty good right now for HU. Brevier sneaky athletic as you see him get back there defensively. Silva on the floor, being hounded by Goodline. Hands him off to Jordan. Backdoor cut inside. Falling away. Tough shot. That one doesn't go, as that was Cluster looking for another one. Jordan's open again. Jordan jams again.
Nice little back pass from Drew Goodline to Landon Jordan to send him home with a flush.
That was actually Nathan Pickett on that last miss. Forrester's back-to-back dunks. They're pushing towards that 70-point mark right now, up 23. Second half's looked a lot better with a lot easier looks. Here is Jackson Paul, nearly had another one. Pickett fires again. He's missed back-to-back shots. Revere going to be called for a foul as he went over the top of Trimble.
That's actually Roman's 3rd foul there for HU.
So you see the foul there from Roman. That'll take us to our second media timeout here in the second half. 69-46. Final 8:40 inside Platt Arena when we come back.
And I have the strongest PC on campus. I'm a visual effects major, and this PC basically allows me to do a lot of the things I want to do. It's probably about $5 grand worth of computer hardware. A lot of it kind of just goes together like Legos. It manages to work. That's usually the case. I encountered a lot of tech problems, both hardware and software related, the result of this guy, which is an SSD. It was faulty, caused Windows to not load correctly, and it caused everything else to stop working. Eventually, I did get it to work, and that was very relieving. I was glad I ended up persisting through it. I would say that this computer was worth it, both money-wise and problem-wise. It'll blow your socks off. I'm glad she's working now, because you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. I love you, baby.
.840 left in the game, 69-46 Foresters. It's been a high-flying game tonight for HU. A couple of dunks in a row, Landon Jordan, Roman Bruvier. I don't know if John, you can probably hear me in the back, but we can get a look at that most recent Roman dunk. He put one right over the top of Seth Trimble. I know John will get that here for us in just a moment, but man, Roman is having a nice start to just his second year here with HU, all the way from Belgium. He was an FCA connection that Corey knew. Well, he got a right guy here as that one's in and out. First time we're really seeing a lot of action from Xavier Highball. Can't knock down his first shot of the night. That is ex-Xavier Highball, by the way. Getting his first real chance to have a run for IU Columbus this evening. Drew Goodline's wide open in front of his bench, and he continues his big night with another triple.
What a big night indeed from Drew Goodline and for HU.
Goodline shot it right around 40% last year from deep. He's continued that trend here, especially tonight. He's leading the way now with 20 points. Goodline has scored 35 already this season, as I think he just got whistled for a foul on the backside of that double team.
That would be his fourth there.
So his fourth, and you already said Roman has 3. Saw that replay there from Bruvier sticking that one down. Love that view from above the rim. As he's been high flying this year, him and Landon Jordan, they're gonna dunk it around, feels like 100 times throughout the year.
Feels like it. We're gonna see a lot more of it this season.
Dowling, too strong, rebound, picked out by Goodline. He outlets for Gizzy.
Actually, on that correction there, listeners, is a foul on Drew Goodline, not Roman Bruvier.
Yep, so just his first, actually. Bruvier still has the 3. Oh, it happens. It's hard to tell sometimes on those double teams who got in there and who was the guilty party. It was Drew Goodline. Landon goes to Roman, using that 2 big man lineup as Gizzy cuts through, carves in, knifes in, can't get it to go. He's got an opening again, goes to Jackson Paul, who spins around a few defenders. Landon rose up and then scored the second time as he bounced the body of Dowling off of him.
Nice little spin move there from Landon Jordan to make Dowling think about it.
Landon has 19 right behind Drew Goodline. He's played great defense as well. Take a look what he's done on the rebounding as well. 8 of them as that 3 is down. A long one finally falls for IUC. Feels like they have not had a lot of open looks here in this second half, but they got one to go there.
Not very many looks here in the second half for IUC.
That was Nathan Pickett that knocked in the 3, and now a quick whistle on Xavier Highball. He's an Indianapolis, Indiana native as well, so is the Forester checking in. Miles Good from Lawrence North. Highball went to Cardinal Ritter, first team all-conference, all-city, all-state honorable mention. We're gonna give you one more look above the rim, this time on the steal, maybe a quick whistle. Jackson knows he has to take good care of it. Highball whistled for the foul. Jackson back to the free throw line for a 1-and-1, and he'll get a second. Jackson tonight, 5 of 7 from the free throw line, make it 6 of 8 as he continues to do most of his scoring from there. He's not really found the touch from the field, but getting some easy looks from the charity stripe. High ball, spins away from one defender, nearly threw it away, but it's caught on the far side by Pickett. Inside, good move by Dowling. He is very talented and has great footwork in there. A little undersized for a 4 or 5, but continues to score right around the rim.
Yeah, that was a good spin move off of Dowling. Make Roman Bruvier think about it on defense.
Miles Good fires a 3. That one rims in and out. Jackson Paul nearly had the rebound, and now it's a steal by Good. So didn't give up on the play after not hitting the shot. Jackson Paul will slow it down. Set it up with Max Gizzi as we approach 5 minutes left in the game. We will have one more media timeout. Rouvier trying for his second three. That one rattles around and out. Here comes IUC back the other way. Cut inside, that was good, whistled for the foul, and now it's going to be a one-on-one opportunity for the visitors as well.
And a reach-in foul on number 12 for
This IU Columbus team, obviously they're probably going to fall tonight, and they had a tough loss in the first game, but they cut really well off the ball, and that's what's led to a lot of these opportunities at the free throw line and easy looks at the rim as well.
I'd say IUC had a pretty good night offensively and also defensively because they made HU think about it in the first half.
Not sure anyone knew that that was a 1-and-1, but it drops in easily by the free throw shooter Ben Silva. He is from Columbus, Indiana. Started his career at Olivet Nazarene, really good school. Foresters usually play them. Varsity soccer player, he had 3 steals against St. Francis in his first game. Back in high school, 2-time second team all-conference, so another good player, and he gets to play right in his backyard in Columbus, Indiana. Gizzi working around the defender. One of the new faces in the game, Chase Radillo. Radillo providing that pressure as KJ goes over his right shoulder. That's what you want to see from him, but he hasn't had the touch quite yet. Keep in mind, it's been almost 2 full years since he's really been in game action. Outside, 3-ball, top of the key is perfect there from Nathan Pickett. The Atlanta, Georgia native, he's starting to find his feel from deep. Jackson goes in from 14 feet. That's one of his go-to shots, and he drops it in. Finally having some success from the field, rather from the free throw line, but it was right around the free throw line. He got that one to go.
Little 1-2 move there from Jackson Paul.
Dowling. Outside Pickett, who had the last 3. Now being guarded by Gizzi. Tough fall away, almost missed everything. It falls in the hands of Jackson Paul, who has another rebound. JP working off the dribble, moves it over to Gizzi. Beagle and Brenner, the 2 sophomore shooters, waiting to check in. Good line, puts it on the floor, throws it out wide. Gizzi off the dribble, hits a nice 15-footer. That's what we saw a lot out of him in a Marion Knights uniform. Puts it on the floor, under control, off 2 feet, knocks down the mid-range J.
That's what I like about Max Gizzi, having that addition to the Forester basketball program. He brings a lot to the table.
Dowling missed it, good line. Tapped it out as Gizzi went flying into press row almost. You also know that he's always going to give 100%. And it sounds like after you see Max Gizzi go flying into nearly an IUC player, we've got one more media timeout. We'll take it with them. 80-58 when we come back on FDN Sports.
JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
3:50 left here in the first game of the Ness Brothers Hall of Fame Classic. Tomorrow, Huntington Foresters will induct some new Hall of Fame members here to the Athletic Hall of Fame at Huntington University. I wish I could tell you who, but I'm not sure. I guess we'll figure that out tomorrow in between games. Fall-away shot not there. Dowling scores again, and a chance for one more coming at the free throw line. Big fella is doing it all. He can rebound, he can score, shoots it a little bit. I'm telling you, his footwork is what I've been most impressed with. As Beagle is called for the personal, his third. Dowling a chance to finish off the three-point play. High spinning shot, and he gets the shooter's roll.
I'll have to agree with you there, Preston, that Dowling is a physical player and he can bring a lot to the Lions basketball program.
Miles Good fouled there. That's going to be a block as the pressure was being brought by Rodeo. Chase from Stindle, Indiana, went to Pike Central. And a chance to play for IU Columbus, and Miles Good, who was 4 of 4 from the free throw line in his debut, will shoot his first tonight, and that's good again. He's got a nice stroke, does he?
Yeah, he does. From Lawrence North, big basketball program. He brings a lot here as a freshman to the Forrester program.
Speed, ball handling, it's going to be important for him to develop, because you look at what the Forresters are going to lose next year. They're losing a lot of those ball handlers. Turnover, Cade Brenner, who's had a quiet night, heads back the other way, goes off the dribble. It's a rare sighting, but knocks in the floater. So Brenner showing his ability to make a play off the bounce, and he's got a 2-point bucket, HU up 23. Dowling, again, footwork over the top of KJ, has another bucket. He's been their main source of offense down the stretch. Jackson Paul backs off. Beagle is open in the corner for a moment. Good, falls away, finds KJ, who is bumped. Left-handed shot isn't there. Brenner, a rare 2 on back-to-back possessions.
That's a great momentum though going there for Cade Brenner.
We'll see how the year develops if Caden Johnson can start knocking down some of those close shots. He's had a struggle tonight from the field at 6'11". You'd like to see him shoot a high percentage tonight, just 1 of 6. Jackson Paul at the rim, couldn't get it to go. Goes right into the padding underneath the basket. Good to see him get up. Rodeo passes it over, and it's the first bucket of the night for Fishvote, another Columbus, Indiana native. Went to Columbus East. The freshman has his first 2 career points for his hometown college. Good. Off the dribble. Brenner, this time from a more familiar spot, rattles it around and out. Shooting just hasn't been the same for HU. Thankfully, though, they pulled away here in the second half.
Thankfully, indeed. I mean, their shooting's been on and off.
Dowling tries faking out Caden Johnson. Now has to throw it out wide. Rodeo off the bounce. Skips it to the right side. Beagle called again for a personal. That's now 4 on him. Another freshman, Taden Metzger, out of Fishers, Indiana, waiting to check in. See whose place he takes. I would imagine it could be Jackson Paul. Starter still in there in a 21-point game. Free throw coming from E.J. Torrance. Indiana Tech transfer. That one's too strong. From Indianapolis. He was actually the valedictorian at his high school. There's 2 of those on this team. Valedictorians from their high school. So some smart players. We expect them to have high basketball IQ. And Torrance, one of those that didn't get a ton of opportunity against the University of St. Francis. Did have 1 rebound. Did not take a shot. So he's looking for his first points with IU Columbus. Comes up empty on that trip. Beagle had that great first game. Not quite the same result tonight. Good, fires the 3, looking for his first field goal and his first 3 of his college career.
Welcome to Forrester basketball. Miles Good with that 3-point basket.
5 points tonight, new career high in just 2 games. Trimble, spins, can't get the roll. Tatum Metzger, another freshman, grabs the miss. Miles finds Brenner, like shooting it from that wing. Still can't find it. Beagle kept it alive. Rebound pulled down by E.J. Torrance. Up ahead, missed an easy one, and then a late whistle comes in.
A wild late whistle.
Looked like that was all ball from Brenner, but it's one of those things. I know that refs probably won't tell you they do it, but they wait to see if that shot goes in, and if it doesn't, the whistle comes. Either way, it's not going to matter here late in this game as that's dropped in. The leading scorer tonight continues his hot night. That is Lal up to 25 points now. Make it 26 with that one.
He's going to have a bright future for the Lions basketball program.
It's the first time the fans have really reacted to a call this year, so not that it's going to matter at the end of things. Is Goods feeling it with a step back J. That looked like Mike Bush-esque. I don't know if you remember who that is, but he played for the Foresters here. He was kind of a shorter point guard. Wore the number 10, lit it up as Law misses that one, but that little step back 15-footer, that's something Mike Bush did a lot of. Really good player, an amazing passer, and the freshman Miles Good, a career high 7, will dribble it out. Foresters will move to 2-0. It was not a beautiful basketball half in the first, but at the end of the day, chalk it up 2-0. They'll have a tall task tomorrow against a really good Milligan team who will be on this court next. And we'll wait for Coach Corey Alford to join us. Foresters did get it going there in that second half, though. They put up 91 at the end of the night.
What a great turnaround momentum that the Foresters have from the first half, having so many turnovers, but they cleaned it up in the second half with taking care of the basketball, and they got the job done tonight.
If my stats are right, only one turnover in that second half, and it really felt like Max Gizzi took care of the ball and led the way for that offense. He also heated up the ball defensively, and Coach Corey Alford's going to join us and talk about his 2-0 team. Victorious here tonight, 91-67. Coach Alford on the headset now. Coach, it was a little bit of a sloppy first half, 8 turnovers in that first half, just 2 in the second. What changed things for you guys offensively in that second part of the game?
Yeah, I thought their matchup zone or whatever it was just kind of put us on our heels. We weren't very aggressive. I didn't think we got much production out of the bench in either half tonight. So something we definitely got to address. Defense for the most part was solid. I thought our on-ball pressure, rotations were good, but a lot to clean up before tomorrow.
I remember last year, I believe you told us you're going to treat this like the national tournament, back-to-back days. This is similar to what you guys see in that tournament every year. Is that the same approach here tonight?
Yeah, it's a quick prep. I think the only difference is you know who you're playing tomorrow. Yep. And Milligan's a very good team. They've got great size. So we get a chance to watch them here a little bit tonight. And then we'll get right to it and prep for them. We'll be ready in the morning.
All right, Coach, we'll see you tomorrow, and congrats on 2-0.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Coach Corey Alford off the headset. The Foresters put up 91 tonight. It's a big win. It wasn't a great first half, Ross, but the Foresters did turn it around, took care of the basketball, and started knocking down some shots in that second part of the game.
Like I said earlier, Preston, the Foresters took care of the basketball here tonight compared to what they did in the first half, but they actually cleaned it up. Got a lot more points on the board in the second half to get that 91-67 win here tonight.
So HU moves to 2-0. We'll go over some final stats here on the screen with you guys. We've actually got it up here in the big board in the arena. Huntington puts up 91 tonight. You take a look at what they did from the field. 35 of 78, that's 45%. Just 8 of 29 from deep, so just 27%. Much different than what we saw the first time. They did knock down their shots from the free throw line, 13 of 16, those 10 turnovers. They had 17 offensive rebounds, 31 on the defensive end, 14 assists, 10 turnovers. As we mentioned, they turned over the visiting team 19 times, 23 of 59. The IU Columbus side just could not get it going offensively, and that's what Coach Corey Alford talked about. The defense was really good in that second half, and that's what led to a runaway victory at the end of the night.
Yep, just a runaway victory, like you said, Preston, that the Foresters got the job done, and they cleaned up the basketball, which I like that satisfactory here tonight.
So we will be right back in action twice tomorrow. Women's volleyball has their senior night here tomorrow at noon. Then there'll be a basketball game after that, and then our next game following the volleyball game will be at 4 o'clock. It'll be the Foresters against Milligan, who will play right here inside Platt Arena next. That is a really good team that's 2-0, and a chance for HU to see really where they stand early in the season. For Preston Husband, Ross Gosnell, Katie Reyes, our producer in the back, Jonathan Peters, our camera people, everyone on the crew tonight. Great broadcast, and we'll see you right back here inside Platt Arena twice tomorrow.
Back. That's out of here! Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my